welcome to Views from the Skew. I am your hostess, the Queen Dre, but please call me Audrey. I insist. If you're joining me for the first time, Views from the Skew is that place that forms unpopular opinion on the human race and world issues until we have an army of minimies. And by minimies, I mean overthinkers and critical thinkers. How are you guys doing? I hope that the quarantine is not having you feeling, oh, you know. I know that we love to go out. I'd like to advise you to get in the sun, go outside, stay outside, talk to the people that you stay with, okay? Just have a conversation or two. You never know. You might like them, the people that you stay with. You might like them. Okay, so as you can tell by the title of this video, I am going to be tackling a controversial subject. I am not afraid of controversy. Okay? Um, to give you a bit of background, this is what happened. I was minding my own business on the Instagrams, and I realized I came across a story by Laura Tapio. You guys probably know her. She's way popular than I am. That's for sure. Um, and what she was watching was, I think it's called Nawetu, right? Yeah, that's the name of the show. It's on Zanzi Magic. And so Nawetu is a show that focuses on helping South African men to establish their own polygamies, right? And the host of the show is called, I forgot his name. Is it Mkize? I hope it's Mkize. I don't think so. No, I'm lying. So the host of the show had another reality show last year that was called Utano Nestembo, featuring him and his 5 or 6 wives. I don't remember how many wives he's got. And so he's experienced this whole thing. I mean, he's got a polygamy and he knows how to manage them well. So for a bit of history on the issue of polygamy. Kudara guys, I think before most of us were even born, polygamy was um, an economic status. If you had more wives and more children, the more your wealth was. These are the people who would farm your land, produce subsistence crop for you, head your cattle, and that's how you would then, exchange your daughters for more cattle, and you would have sons who had positions in the army, in the chiefdom, in the kingdom, and all of that and all of that. And so how it used to happen was you would always tell the first wife if you intended on having a new wife, and she would be responsible, or rather at the forefront of making that happen. And I think this was done in such a way that everybody would understand the power dynamics in the family. Not only that, but also to make sure that the women can stay together and live together and stuff and stuff and stuff. Now, fast forward to 2020. A lot of cities and states and countries make it possible for you to marry one person, right? And unless if it's the traditional marriage, you can't take on a new person into your marriage without the consent of, or without the divorce from your current wife, rather. Unless if it's a Zimbabwe where you can have a small house, and if you have a small house, she's got equal rights as the first wife. Okay? So yeah, that's the situation. So this guy is helping this woman to have, is helping men to set up their own polygamies. And what happens in this particular episode that Laura was watching is that this man was dating this woman for 3 years, the girlfriend for 3 years, and all the while he was married. So now they're introducing, the girlfriend to the wife and telling her that they would like to consider her for marriage, right? Right? Right. So eventually, um, the wife asked the girlfriend, when you started dating my husband, did you know that he was married? And she says, yes, I knew. And she goes on to ask, so when you knew, what did you do about that? Did you think about me? And then she says, no, I didn't. And she goes on to ask the question, how? Okay, sissy, let me come to you woman to woman, okay? And now she tries to walk the girlfriend through the whole process of being married and how she should respect the fact that this man already has another woman. You can already tell I'm annoyed, right? And I've seen this happen a lot. I know that there are people who are married who go through their husband's phone, take the side chick's number, call her, threaten her, show up at her house, cut her hair, remove her, embarrass her, all of these things, all of these things. Are they justified? No. Okay? I wish that there would be I know it's now a crime in the country, but very few people report that because the moment you report it to the police, they're already like, you know, and it just becomes another scene. Sorry, slip of the tongue. So now my assertion of the situation is, you're married to your husband, and your husband is the one who's responsible for securing the sanctity of your marriage, okay? As just as much as you are as the wife. And because of that, I think when your husband makes the decision to go looking for another woman, your problem is not with the woman because you're not married to her. Okay, not only that, you don't know her like that. You guys did not promise each other anything. So this whole nonsense of coming to each other woman to woman, according to me, Audrey Murenji, I said it should stop. We need to stop it. You know, like, why are we doing this to each other? What is the point? And I've got a couple of questions here that I asked, and I hope that you guys can help clarify this for me because it doesn't make sense. I want to understand, what is the premise of let me come to you woman to woman? What is the premise? I'm not even talking about the girlfriend right here. I'm talking about the wife. Where do you get the balls to ask somebody who's not your husband why they're in your marriage when obviously your husband is responsible for this? The second thing is, why do we not hold those husbands accountable for what they are doing or what they have done? Why are we holding somebody else responsible? Because I think when you go out of your marriage, you knew what was kumba and you see somebody else that you like, and you say, okay, I'm now going to dabble my whatever into the sauce, right? And then you actually let that person know. And for some married men, they actually lie, hey? They talk about, no, atiskuwirirana, or my mkazi wangu, we sleep in several bedrooms, blah, 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 blah. That is the person that you have a problem with. Because you don't even know what they told that other person. So why don't you hold them responsible for that? Are these wives really afraid of their husbands, or they're just afraid that they might come to their husbands with that question and then they will realize that they're not as special as they thought? Because I think Jim, Jim, Jim Carrey put it very plainly and said, how weird is it that you love somebody so much you involve the government so that they never have to leave? And this is one of those circumstances where you're like, I never expected it. I never thought that my husband would leave me for another person. But in this case, he's not leaving you. He genuinely wants you both for different reasons, possibly. And is it? And I'm not saying that polygamy is okay or is practical. That's not even the topic today. The topic is, who do you discuss this with? Do you discuss it with your husband? Do you discuss it with your mainini or your potential mainini? Or you just don't discuss it at all? Or you discuss it with the people who were present when you guys got married? Because obviously, there are people on Okuperekezai, Vanatete, Nana Sekuru, and all of those people, right? What else do I want to know? Oh yes, the other issue is, are men really listening to what their wives are saying with regard to having, another person in their marriage, or is something that they're remotely interested in? Like, is that the reason why men are not being upfront and saying, oh babe, I really want to, and then the woman says, no. And then they say, fuck you, I can do whatever I want, I'm a man. And then when he comes with a minding you at all surprised. Or it just happens. And then when it happens, you don't bother saying anything to the husband at that point because he's not going to listen to you. Awutori na bargaining power yekuti baba spill kuchichawanditira ichi. You understand? Am I making sense? I hope I'm making sense. That's the fourth thing that I want to know. And I also want to know whether you guys think that um, should one date a married person without the consent of their spouse, or without their spouse knowing? Do you think we need to rewind it back culturally and take that formula and copy paste it and start to involve our first wives before we take on a second wife? I'm really interested in knowing what you guys think. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you have subscribed or you are subscribed and that you're joining the family and we're becoming bigger. And I hope that you like and you comment and that you will watch another video. I don't know where it's going to be, here or there. But until the next video, please take care of yourself and stay safe. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. I'm struggling with that one. And all the other things that authorities are saying. For me, the Queen Dre. Bye.